The hungry dummies. Boom. Where you at today?
Can you guess? It's not, probably not a city you'd know, but can you guess the location?
Look, it's giving me Greek vibes, Malta vibes.
It does give
Uh,
those vibes. But
yeah,
yeah, I mean,
I
I'd
don't
say
know.
Malta, you're on the right track,
Okay.
kind of.
I don't know. You should have to tell me.
Well, just think where else Mediterranean Sea.
Is it Cyprus? I don't know. Looks like an
Well,
island.
actually, I mean, it's Portugal. Portugal's on the Mediterranean, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. Okay. I should have probably guessed that, but I didn't know that would be Portugal.
No, it doesn't look like Portugal, but
Portugal. Yeah.
it's Gia, and
Yeah.
Gia is apparently the home of Portuguese chicken,
Nice.
which apparently is there's various areas of contest about it because some say it's from South Africa because
Hmm.
Piri came from South Africa. Others say that it's from Macau, but the Portuguese brought it to Macau and actually came up with the recipe for Portuguese chicken in Macau.
Hmm.
I don't know. As I was looking for the home of Portuguese chicken, I realized there's a lot of controversy
There's a
around it.
kind of controversy. It's like Nando's. I think everyone thinks Nando's is Portuguese, but I think it's South African
Oh,
originally.
Nando's is the worst place in the world.
It's very overrated. Their
Well,
sauces are good. I think their sauces are great.
they're terrible. They opened a Frango's in the city the other week.
Nice,
So I went there for lunch and gorged.
as you
Yeah,
do.
it's just the best, man. Like
Is it still good in the
Frango's
city though?
chicken
Like,
is the best. Unreal. Like the line was 45 minutes
oh my God.
and so they're just pumping chickens out.
Mm,
Like fresh, juicy, charcoaly,
mm,
everything so good. The fries weren't as good as OG,
mm.
like, Petersham,
But the
but
fries aren't that like they're just
who
there.
cares about the
Yeah,
fries? Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
They're just there to accompany the
The
chicken.
chicken was gone.
Chili sauce and garlic sauce.
Oh, so
Mm.
no mayo, not garlic sauce.
Ah, sorry, I always
Mayo,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So good. Yeah, yeah. And they put chili sauce all over the chicken, and then you get extra tub of chili
Oh
sauce as
wow.
well with the extra tub of mayo.
Is that the
Yeah, it's
norm? I can't
grand.
remember if that's what they normally do.
No, they didn't used to do that. They baste
Mm,
the chicken and marinate the chicken, but at the OG, they don't serve it with chili on the chicken.
mm. That sounds incredible. I mean, it is. I
Oh,
know it's incredible.
it's
Yeah,
so good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice. Whereabouts is it in the city?
Um, Kent Street.
Oh yeah, pretty key location.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think there might have been Anandas in that old spot where,
I don't know any
yeah.
Nando's in the city to be honest, but there you go.
Um,
Oh,
but yeah,
so
it
Gia
was
in
great.
Portugal.
Gia in Portugal. Or are you?
You're gonna have to guess yourself as well, mate.
They are pretty crazy trees, I gotta say. It doesn't
Hmm.
seem like a real place.
It could be fake,
Um,
but like, this is what I found for this place. So
is that a door over there in the tree?
no, I don't think so. That
Mm.
help. Bit of terrain at the
Um,
bottom.
the
Guess a
sand.
continent, maybe. I don't know. Guess a
I don't
part of the
know.
world.
America.
No,
It's a big continent.
it is.
Africa.
It is Africa.
Central Africa.
No.
Oh, coastal.
Mm.
North,
No.
south.
Yeah.
Oh, like South Africa
No.
or Africa South.
Well, that's kind of a tricky one because it's off Africa. I guess that's a big clue.
Oh, Mozambique. Is it Francophone?
What does francophone mean?
French speaking.
Oh, I don't actually know.
Mozambique,
No, I could find out.
Senegal,
No. Okay, I'll give you another massive
Madagascar.
clue. Yeah, it is Madagascar.
Yeah, they're French speaking.
Oh, there you go. No,
Were
you
you
know
gonna
your
give me
facts.
King Julian or something as a
Something like
clue?
I was just gonna say an island.
Lima?
Like I was gonna
Oh,
say an island, which probably would have given it away, I think.
no, you said
Maybe.
island of Africa.
All right,
You
cool.
already gave me that clue.
Um,
Um,
well, the reason I'm in Madagascar
yeah,
this
right.
week is because they're on the news recently.
Hmm.
Found out they're the fourth largest island in the world, and that they've been flying drones over the island to work out a bit of devastation and with their forests, and they're trying to work out how to fix it. Um, and also partly because I went to this Cotswold Wildlife Zoo on the weekend, and I saw some lemurs,
In
and
the
I'm
in the
like,
Cotswolds.
yeah,
Really?
yeah,
So peep show.
yeah.
Oh,
Um, yeah, they had these lemurs, and they were pretty awesome. And then, yeah, Madagascar's just, I like to move it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So there
it's
you go.
nice. I'm trying to think. Wait, King Julian was Sacha Baron Cohen, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So awesome.
So awesome. I mean, they also had zebras at the wildlife park, and then I was thinking, oh, Chris Rock is such a good
Yeah,
voice actor for a zebra.
he is.
He nails that role.
He is.
Yeah, it's pretty gun the wildlife park. It's cool rhinos
That is
there.
cool.
I just love zoos. I think I even get older,
It's
still
a
awesome.
love-hate though, because sometimes I feel really sad for like, especially the
Yeah, it is a
birds
bit
at
sad.
zoos, and
Yeah,
they're trying to fly and like they're snipped and like yeah,
yeah, that's true. I mean, if you forget about that captured thing about zoos, then
yeah,
yeah, it's quite educational. I mean, it's the first time I've seen a wolf before, which was pretty crazy, but also
oh, yeah.
it just looked like a dog, so it wasn't that impressive.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's like when you see dingoes at the Australian Zoo, and
yeah,
they're
yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
just a dog,
it's,
a
it's a
wild dog.
dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
Um,
but yeah, it was
nice.
great. Yeah, yeah, it's gone.
You reminded me. I watched you know how last week we spoke about the shows that I love.
Yeah,
What I love is the Planet of the Apes trilogy,
I've
and
never seen that as well. That's a classic, isn't it? It's just another classic
it's
happens.
so good. Like
Really?
I haven't actually seen the old school Planet of the Apes. Oh no, I have when I was a kid, but
Yeah,
yeah, I can't remember any of it. But the new trilogy is so good. I fucking love it.
yeah.
And like the latest one just came out on Disney. Oh, and it's like sick. And like even though the season, I won't ruin it, but oh, it was just so just so such a G up, like such a G up. I love it so much. And there's this
Nice.
one boss scene where it's not really a spoiler, but like it's like the this ape tribe, they're the eagle tribe, so they're learning how to raise eagles, and they use eagles as like their hunting companions, and that's what their tribe's good at.
That's pretty cool
And they've
companion to have
captured
an
and
eagle.
super cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's already cool. Imagine apes training eagles.
Yeah.
And like these apes talk and they're smart and intelligent and they're evolving. And he's got this medallion and he goes, and like everything's looking wrong, and it is law, but law is wrong. And he gets up and like raises his arm, and this eagle that just would never come because he's not the lead ape lands on him. And like the amount of energy I had from that scene was just unreal. It was so good.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, you
Sounds
gotta
pretty.
watch that trilogy.
So it's a
Ape
movies,
shall
right?
not kill ape. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so good. Like, you know what? The first one of the trilogy, again, which is weird, is actually maybe the worst.
Is that the OG or is it
The one
this
with
new
Franco.
trilogy?
Yeah.
Frank. Okay. Because isn't that
James
the OG?
Franco.
All right. Yeah. I remember that coming out, but the OG is like the guy on the beach, like isn't that the scene?
That
Like,
like the old Planet of the Apes.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Like in the 90s.
Or earlier, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
No. The trilogy that's come out in over the last 10
okay.
years or whatever. It
Nice.
is so good. You gotta watch it. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
it. I mean, I love apes in general, but like
Oh yeah.
everything about it, I just love.
I'm just looking here. Oh, 1971, Escape from the Planet of the Apes. It's maybe the one I'm talking about. Looks like there's three in the 70s.
Right.
Yeah, TV series, and then a reboot in 2011. There you go. That's pretty cool. Bring it back,
Yeah,
what,
you gotta
like
watch
from the
that.
70s to, I guess, nowish. Pretty cool. All right,
Yeah.
put that on
It's
the
sick.
watch list. Speaking of watch lists,
Yeah.
I did get onto Inside Out. I didn't cry,
Oh yeah.
but it was an
But
incredible movie. It made me really
very
think
good.
about, like, I guess the probably deeper meaning is how important sadness actually is.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to feel sad to feel happy in a way. Like they work.
Yeah.
I really like that. I was
Suffering.
like, yeah, which just gonna link back to suffering. I was like, this is pretty eye-opening, right?
Yeah.
And
And
sadness, yeah, you're right.
what a great way to teach that to kids.
100%. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like it's how do you explain that concept to a child? And they've just nailed it through this animation film.
Hmm. I also like those like different pathways, like the family, honesty. I guess the just like
Yeah.
those core things that bring you happiness. I was like, oh, joy.
Yeah.
And I was like, joy is also a really key emotion. Like
Yeah.
you,
I mean,
people
they
don't
all
really
are.
think about. Yeah, it's true. Disgust is kind of funny. Made me laugh quite a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
I
Anger's
never
pretty
really,
funny as well.
yeah. But disgust is not really
The
an emotion I really think of that often, or I don't try to. Like,
yeah. Yeah. Well, Disgust is probably the most irrelevant out of all of them, all the
probably,
characters.
yeah. But I am pretty excited for number two. Like with those new emotions, I was like, oh,
You
13
reckon
year old.
best animation?
I don't think so, to be honest. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it I think it could be. I mean, it's hard. Okay, best animation of us as in teen adult life.
Mm.
Like, I feel like the nostalgia of the classics, like, Lion King,
Lion King comes to my
well,
mind every single time. I just,
yeah, but that's special to us based on our childhood and when we
of
grew up.
course, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I think if you just took it out that out of context, I think Inside Out is pretty good.
I guess it is in a way
Pretty,
almost.
pretty, pretty good.
Pretty, 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 pretty good.
What's that from? It sounds familiar.
Curb. He
Uh,
says it all the time.
um, what's it called? It's pretty revolutionary, I think. I don't think there's too many films about going into the brain and the emotions. Um,
Yeah,
I guess as you
super
said, it's a
new.
kids' movie. Like, well, at least I think it is.
Uh,
Yeah, but yeah,
super good. And like it's dealing with topical like mental health issues being a big problem now, and
100%.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, it's awesome.
yeah. I just also like the way they did certain things. Like it's just like the long-term memory and imaginary
Yeah,
friends. It's just great things.
yeah.
I guess it reminded me of my childhood.
Mm.
Like I didn't have an imaginary friend as a child, but I was like, did I? I'm like, I don't think I did.
Feel like you'd
Disappeared.
remember.
Yeah, exactly. Why did you?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. I guess
Yeah.
we're quite lucky in
But
that
then
aspect.
you don't know. Like I guess I remember playing with toys, and now
Yeah,
like
with
I observe
toys.
my nieces, and the
Mm,
niece, and you can see that they're having little conversations and stuff. So, to what extent is that an imaginary friend? If your toy has a personality that you
exactly.
continue on for over a long period of time,
It's basically Toy
and you,
Story, almost.
well, yeah, but even crazier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's true. That's true. Um, yeah, we're going completely change the topic here, but I guess we were talking about earlier about above and beyond group therapy, and it's just the greatest. Um,
Hmm.
I was also thinking, is it possible to top DMX as far as a G up gym sort of artist, as far as many songs as he's got? I don't know, like you get into a session with him and it's just I don't
Yeah.
know.
There's like, oh, I don't know, probably not. There's a
Yeah.
few bangers like, um, what's the Eminem,
Is it Lose
uh,
Yourself or
no, like a
um
gym song.
Till the
It's
World's Enough,
yeah, it's
what's it called? Till I Collapse. That's oh
Till I
yeah,
Collapse.
that's yeah.
But
Also
that's up
top
there.
10 gym songs, yeah.
Yeah. Then like
Like
50 Cent has some really
that's
good
true.
gym songs.
Like In the Club's just a classic, I feel. Yeah.
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 Well, that was the video clip to In the Club. Remember, he's like starting
He's
on the chin up,
so
like just
jacked.
jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've
Mm.
also, I guess with gym music, I always used to think just purely hip hop, but now I'm loving like Metallica and just even
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit's pretty great. Like, have you seen
Yeah.
the break stuff at Coachella? I think it's Coachella. Yeah, maybe not Coachella. What's that other one? The
Snuff.
massive. What's that other huge festival where it went crazy? There was a doco about it going insane. I'm suddenly blanking.
Oh, where Red Hot Chili Peppers
I don't think Chili.
um did the set and then everyone started lighting fires and everything.
Yeah, basically, it was just rioting. Um, I'm just going blank. Anyway, it's
Yeah, I
awesome.
know what he's saying. I've blanked as well.
Yeah. Not Coachella. Anyway, come back to me. But yeah, Metallica's awesome. Any
Yeah,
rock
I've got
songs?
like three I've got playlists really. I've got a hip hop playlist, I've got a rock playlist, and I've got a
Yeah,
like trance play.
yeah,
Oh,
nice.
I've got four, I guess. I got a trance and a hardstyle playlist.
Let's start, baby. I thought you were gonna say
Yeah.
meditation. That happened to me the other day. Like you got shuffle on your Spotify, and that's like, "Welcome to deep sleep meditation. You will be in the bed." I was
Why do you
like,
have that in your playlist?
I didn't have. I wasn't playing a playlist. I was just playing liked songs.
All right.
So for some reason that's in there, but that's why you've always got to choose a playlist. Lesson
Yeah.
learned.
That's why group therapy is so good because you don't have to think about it. It's
So
just new
true.
music every week.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So good. This is above and beyond. Her voice is so nice when she whispers.
Yeah. And then at the end, and goodbye from me, goodbye from me, and goodbye from me.
I feel like I haven't gotten to the end of a podcast, to be honest, or the end of it.
Oh, haven't you?
No, it's like 50 to an
Oh.
hour long. I don't try and train for that long, to be honest.
Oh, really? I'm like
Yeah,
hour and a half most.
I'm guessing you're doing like heaps of stretching and stuff there.
Yeah, 20 minutes at the start, 10 minutes at the end,
Oh, wow. That's
and
impressive.
then
That's good.
train for about an hour.
Yeah, I should definitely be doing that. But anyway, it's very
Well,
boring, but it's just
well,
key.
I prefer not to do it. It's just like if I don't do it, my hips and my back's
Yeah.
fugazied.
Yeah. Fair enough. Da da.
What shoes are you wearing these days?
Um, let me see. I've definitely gone off fake shoes from China a lot.
Oh
Like
yeah, I haven't
they're
worn them
probably
for a
all
while.
deteriorated. Probably got one or two pairs left of those, so I try not to wear them as much as possible. But to be honest, it's probably just running shoes, like my main pair of running shoes. And
Oh,
then
that's what you wear like day to day.
if I'm going for like a decent walk, I'd probably wear those. Yeah. Um,
I don't find my runners that comfortable for like non-running.
so you're going for a casual beach stroll. Where you would you wear?
Yeah, no, I've worn them a few times. I'm like, this is crap. So I've got another pair of Asics that are like just, you know, daily all-rounder shoes, and they're
Yeah.
comfier. But then still, I can't skateboarding shoes, man. I keep trying, like every year, I'll try to get something that's more fashionable or whatever,
Yeah.
and nothing ever compares to skate shoes. I've been wearing skate shoes for the last 10 years, and they're still my favorite shoes.
You find them comfortable. I don't find them
The
comfortable at
most
all.
comfortable.
They're
There's nothing
normally
more comfy for
flat
me.
bottomed, like
Yeah,
fair
like
enough.
super cushiony, like thick, not tight at all.
Yeah.
Like they
That's
just
good.
fit my foot.
Pretty cool. I think they've Nike have been trying to design more, I guess, almost sporty skate shoes. like Niger and
I've
stuff, which is
seen.
pretty awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
because it
I
makes
haven't
sense. Like
tried
they're
them.
going through so much impact on their feet and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. I was just watching recently. I mean, I want to watch the highlights actually. The Aussies just shredding it up in the Olympic skating.
Oh,
Apparently, they're
who's
killing it.
representing Australia?
I don't know their names to be honest, but they're killing it. I think
Oh,
they
that's
both won
good.
golds. Yeah.
I thought the skating was like pretty much done.
No, I think there's like park skating or something.
Oh, that's the best skating.
Yeah. Oh, it's incredible. Let's see. Palmer, Keegan Palmer, and then Arissa True is the female 14-year-old. Pretty incredible.
Keegan Palmer
Pretty,
sounds.
pretty skater name. Pretty,
Yeah, he looks cool.
yeah,
Oh, so he got gold.
yeah. Smashed it.
Nice. On your Keeks.
On your keys. Um, you've been following much fishing stuff online? I'm sure you have been, but I mean, what's his name? The funny bloke that snaps people's rods, basically gives them a minute, a minute to try and
Yeah.
catch a fish, and then
Willem Powerfish.
yeah,
The blokes on blokes guy.
yeah, he's so funny, like
Yeah.
very troll, like incredibly trolly, but it's pretty funny what he does.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's great.
and it was pretty
He
awesome seeing him actually, like a guy catch a fish in a minute. I'm like, that's pretty impressive.
yeah.
Lucky, incredibly lucky, but impressive.
When he did that like original jetty sessions or whatever,
Yeah,
um like the amount anywhere you went to on pier, you saw teenagers, they would reference 3 meter flatty.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, got a full chook on it, and like just always referencing every
yeah.
quote for like the next 3 years. Um, it was funny, but by a point I'm like I hate this guy, but he's great content.
I'm just, he's so popular. I feel like he's got like 750,000 followers. I mean,
He's pretty funny.
yeah. And like him trying to tow boats or whatever, like
Yeah,
putting them in yeah, it's just
yeah,
very frustrating.
yeah.
But troll,
Would
yeah.
hate to run into him.
Yeah,
Great to watch.
yeah. He's putting like toasters and kettles on people's hooks and they reel in the toaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, what have even any fishing trends or boss
I
stuff you've
mean,
seen recently? Or is it all just the
I don't
same?
know. Yeah, it's just
Hauling in massive
someone's
fish
on.
or
Yeah, and
yeah.
big fish. It keeps me pretty entertained. I don't know if it's
Absolute
anything like,
monster. I need to watch Chasing
yeah,
Monsters again.
yeah, same actually. I haven't
Yeah,
watched that in
yeah.
ages. Um, but no, I mean a lot of my content is just fishing videos, and I'll just watch it.
Yeah. Like tips and
Um,
tricks, or just they're on huge
yeah,
fish, like
pretty
the
much.
pure adrenaline. I guess that would make sense. Yeah.
Uh,
I love watching the
uh,
ones where they're on, like, is it black tip, where they're catching
Black
the
tip
big stuff.
H.
Yeah. And they
Yeah,
get like the strongest guys in the world, like arm wrestlers and stuff, just
yeah,
hauling in gropers and sharks. Yeah.
yeah. And they're
Awesome.
always like struggling so much, and
Yeah.
he just gets it in so easy. Scrawny little guy.
Yeah.
I think he went through like chemo or something.
Oh, wow.
I think.
Fair enough.
Pretty
Oh, nice.
survivor.
Yeah, good survivor
And
story. Nice.
what's his name? Trumpy's son's always on it. Trump
Oh
Jr.
yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
He's
He's into his
always there.
fishing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
Um,
Yeah, I love that stuff.
yeah. And then I really like, what's her name? Like, she's a spearfisher woman. She's been on Rogan a bunch of times. Valentina Thomas.
Okay.
She's sick.
Got good content.
Yeah, I mean a bit less good content now because now she's like pregos. So
Okay,
it's
fair.
more,
Just be busy.
which is still good content but less content.
Yeah.
Um, but she used to have sick like spearfishing. And if you haven't listened to her, you should listen to her.
Yeah.
Like she was like a investment banker or something, and like fully in the grind, stuck in this bloody race.
Yep.
And then she was terrified of the water,
Goggins.
and
Yeah.
she wanted to overcome her fear and stuff. So started, swimming, and eventually found peace at like the depths of the ocean. And yeah, became like one of the biggest spearfish women in the world,
Wow.
and
That's
it's
awesome.
cool.
That reminds me of that other chick that swims with the sharks, great whites and stuff.
Which one?
A famous
Which one?
one. I don't know what her name is. Nah, she's awesome. There's huge sharks, and she's
Yeah,
just
sharks
patting
are pretty
them.
big.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd do that though. I don't trust them.
yeah.
Don't trust the sharks.
Just punch their nose off. Ocean Ramsey, that's her name.
I
Shark whisperer.
caught a shark a couple weeks ago off the beach.
Awesome.
And
Nice.
like
What kind of
it
shark?
was like just a PJ. Wasn't a big shark,
PJ?
but
A pajama. What's a PJ?
PJ, Port Jackson.
Banjo shark.
Yeah.
PJ.
And
Private jet. It could be anything.
yeah,
I guess in the shark world, a PJ
anglers would know. And yeah, usually they're pretty like docile, and
Mm.
you get them off. And the biggest pain in the ass is getting the hook out. Luckily, I just
Yeah.
got it on the beach. The hook came out,
Oh,
but it
nice.
was like just not in the water, so I wanted to come grab it in, and I kept grabbing the tail and just kept like, and it just wouldn't let me grab the tail. And like people started watching, and they're like, "Well, are you keeping him?" I'm like, "No, I'm just trying to let the bloody shark get
Yeah.
back in the water."
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like, I don't want to get my arm bitten off.
yeah.
And it was like 20 minutes of like trying to grab by the tail, and it just kept like swinging its head around to
Like a
try and
dog.
yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking at their teeth now. They look pretty teeny weeny, but there's a lot of them, and I'm
well,
sure it'd cause a
you
lot
can
of
go stick
damage.
your hand in there if you
Exactly.
want.
I want.
I mean, great whites have teeny weenies as well.
Look, I'm sure it'd be terrible.
Yeah.
I was also just looking, the largest recorded Port Jackson's 2.3 meters. Sorry, 2.3 centimeters. So 2.3 meters.
Yeah.
Said it correctly
2.3
first.
centimeters.
It's huge. No,
Yeah.
2 meters is pretty big for a Port Jackson.
Yeah, no, I reckon it was 1.5 max.
Yeah, fair.
Max.
I reckon they're quite a cool looking shark.
They're
Like,
cool, big
I like
heads,
their
kind of nice
pattern. The
pattern.
pattern's cool. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've caught a few Port Jacksons or PJs.
Oh, yeah, I reckon at least 50.
50.
Yeah,
Shit.
like the most common. As soon as it gets like dark and you caught a few fish and you filleted them and you
Yeah,
throw it in,
yeah.
the sharks come.
Yeah.
And like if you land it, 75% of the time it's Port Jackson. Sometimes you get like a dusky or like a blind
Dusky.
shark or something.
So many different sharks I've never heard of. Dusky shark. That sounds quite awesome.
Dusky whaler.
They look massive. Looks like your standard sort of shark.
Yeah, they're bigger.
Dusky whaler shark. They're huge. I mean, well, actually, there's a baby one there, but they look pretty massive.
Yeah,
Kind of looks like a mako.
That was a big one. But yeah, most of the time it's Port Jacksons. Yeah, it's sometimes like banjo sharks, guitar sharks, but like Port Jackson, 3 out of 4 times.
That banjo shark story is
when
such
it's a
a
bigger
good
shark.
Yeah.
It's gone. Like if you're not bringing it in.
Yeah. I love that banjo shark story. It's a classic Aussie. Yeah.
Were you
Tell
there?
you what, I'm pretty sure I was. It seems pretty, memorable.
So it's a memory, not a story.
Yeah. Well, it is a story of what happened. Of a memory. Yeah. What, so you were reeling in this thing, had no idea what it was, and then what, wasn't just a random passerby going like, that's not what did you think it was? A stingray or something?
Yeah, I can't remember this.
We just had no idea what it was.
Yeah, I think it was coming in and like
Yeah,
obviously it's
looks
shaped
like a
like a stingray,
stingray.
like a sting.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks like a
that's a
stingray, and
ray.
then
It's a
comes
ray.
in,
Yeah.
and then the guy, that's a banjo shark. Comes, whips it up, and then flips it, and yeah, because it's just got the mouth like a stingray, so
Yeah, yeah,
no teeth or anything. You can just
yeah.
pull it out. But that was a little baby one.
Mm,
I don't think banjo sharks get very big.
true.
At that
Yeah,
time, though, I was pretty novice.
yeah. Now you know all your sharks.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Speaking,
Like that's what I love about it so much is like it's such a it's such a skill you can perfect, yet there's still so many variables of life that are out of your control. You can't control the ocean, you can't control the fish, you can't get them on the hook.
hmm
But everything in your control you can continuously perfect over time and you really learn your spot and you see the results.
that's
Like
awesome. Yeah, 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 yeah.
it's so satisfying,
Mm,
and you learn a new rig and the rig just works and it works and you actually catch fish and then you might lose the fish and then you realize, okay, you got to change the lead and like all these little increments to perfecting it. Um,
yeah, that's so
so
cool.
much is in your control, yet so much isn't.
hmm
And yeah, I don't know. I love it.
So like for amateur like me, most of the time I'm like, oh, it's just kind of luck, as you sort of say. Like, but there
But
are those all
it's
those little variables you could change to make it more in your
and there's
favor.
yeah, and they impact it so
Yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of being in your control, I was thinking about this the other day as far as, when you're stuck in traffic and like obviously instantly you just get frustrated, annoyed, pissed off, but it's not in your control. This has
Mhm.
just happened. But it's like sort of a meditation sort of thing, exercise you need to do. But when you're at home sitting on the couch, really not doing anything,
Yeah, you're not frustrated.
it just doesn't matter. Whereas if you're just
Yeah.
sitting in your comfortable car, like it's just that sense of needing to be somewhere or you should be moving. Also, it's
Yeah.
such a strange situation. I always think about it when you're stuck in traffic and people get so pissed off, and I'm like, but you're just sitting there, like, you
I
gotta,
guess though it does vary because if you're not in a rush,
sure,
it might not be as frustrating.
yeah, that is true.
Like I know that like now in the bus, when I catch the later bus and the one that just gets me in at 9,
Yeah,
um, and like there's traffic, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
oh.
yeah, but you're not driving. I guess you're just sitting there along for the
And it's still
ride.
frustrating.
Yeah,
But then on another day, I might be totally zoned out. Like I don't like I'm on the bus. I know
yeah,
I'm going to get there. I don't have a meeting to rush to. Um, it's chill. It's that knowing that
yeah.
you need to be somewhere and you can't control the situation.
This is why sometimes I look, punctuality is very important, but I don't know, this whole aspect of rushing and stuff
Oh, it's
just causes
annoying.
stress and,
Uh,
anger, like
uh, uh.
extra pressure.
Yeah, I hate punctuality.
Like it's one of those things I've really been trying to get better at in life. Like
You're so bad at it, though.
I don't think I'm
You're the
terrible.
worst. You're pretty bad at it. I'm bad at it,
Rel
and I think you're worse than me.
Right, I think it's all relative. I think we know certain people.
Relative to what?
I don't know, some people turn up like 3 hours late to something or 2 hours late, have no or not even show up. Like,
Yeah. Uh, you know
look,
what?
I'm
Not showing up is probably better than being 3 hours late.
yeah, but not communicating that you're not going to show up.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's just it's once again it comes down to expectation management.
It is. It is all about
It's
but
such
then
a
that
key,
factors into punctuality
exactly.
because you would be punctual if you managed the expectations.
Mm. Like if we said we were going to start this call at 10 a.m. and I arrived at 10:15, you're like, oh, what are you doing? You're so late. Whereas if you told me to start at 9:45 and I got there, but you actually wanted to start at 10 and I got there at 10, happy days.
But that is that why it should be on you to arrive rather than me to presume that you'll be late.
Exactly. That's true. That is true.
That's why you say something like, oh, between 9 to 10, and then at least the person knows that it's better to set a range and then you confirm roughly.
Yeah.
You know, like contractors, it's annoying. Like they say, oh, I'll be there between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Yeah. Some of these ranges are ridiculous though.
Like in Seinfeld, is it the TV guy?
I can't remember.
Or I can't remember what the contractor is, but he does that.
Oh, it's so frustrating.
You
You have to wait in the house all bloody day.
On talking about on the bus,
Mm.
I was thinking today, I was on the bus back home today, like so uncomfortably hot, like sweating, like
Hot? Not really.
yeah. I was considering actually messaging, thinking I've got a fever.
Oh yeah.
Like
They
I
had the
must
heating
be
on or
really,
something.
I must be getting sick. The aircon was broken. Everyone's just in there stuffy and like everyone's got
Heaps of
coats on
jackets and
winter.
stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then the morning I'm bloody freezing because it's like frosty early winter mornings.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, like, I've always said I'd rather be too hot than too cold. And I
Yeah,
know
that's generally what I've said.
people
Yeah.
people always like, oh yeah, but you can put layers on and stuff. But I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to put layers on and I don't want to get sick. I'd rather just be sweaty and then eventually I can go to a shower or
Mm.
like dress down. But today I'm on the bus. I'm like, I think I'd rather be too cold on the bus than too hot on the bus.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good point. Like, I mean, they're
Oh,
both quite uncomfortable as far as being too hot or being too cold.
yeah. Well, what I've realized is the situation matters.
Mm.
So now if anyone asks me, would you rather be too hot or too cold? I'm gonna be like, where am I?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's really gonna change my answer.
Well, it's like if you're at the beach and you're too hot, that's quite simple. Like,
Yeah.
or if you're
Yeah.
sat next to a fire and you're too cold, or if you got your wardrobe full of jackets, scarves, and stuff. It's all
What
about
about
being
at home?
dressed. I'd rather be too, well, not too hot. I'd rather be just comfortable, which I find being in a pair of shorts. Like that's what my comfortable is. Like we've discussed it before.
So,
I think my ultimate, if I could choose what I would wear every day, is just a pair of shorts. No t-shirt, no socks, just
yeah,
holiday
I mean,
mode.
trackies are pretty gun though.
Trackies are very comfortable.
Yeah. The thing is, I think about shorts and then I think about being hot. If I could have like just a perfect temperature in shorts, that would be great.
Mm,
But most of the time, shorts weather, it's usually also hot.
mm.
So I
But
associate shorts with warmth.
you just want comfort, like 22 to 24 degrees.
Oh, yeah. Living life. That's
Yeah,
great.
like that's the dream. Whereas I think
Well,
some
at the
people would like,
beach, I like
10 degrees
heat. At
heat.
the beach, like I like, 32 hot,
Mm.
like
Yeah, yeah.
like piercing my skin.
And then you just cool off for a swim. It's the best feeling ever.
Oh
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
you get out and you get that piercing skin again and the salt's
Salt,
driving
yeah,
you
yeah,
and you have
yeah,
that
yeah.
nice salty feeling. Oh,
It's
yes.
nice.
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby, yeah. And watch
Yeah, baby.
Austin Powers again. That's a pretty terrible impression. I think I could do better than that.
What? Austin Powers.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's too much.
That was terrible.
All right. What do you got?
No, I don't think I've got it, to be honest.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. No.
Crocodile Dundee. Yeah, baby, yeah.
I was thinking it's because I'm trying to put on a British accent because he's British, like American British. Yeah, baby. Yeah. That's Aussie again.
Yeah.
Oh, All right. Nice
Gosh.
one.
So
Mm.
you, I was I got a few different anecdotes, but one thing I was watching a Diary of a CEO episode last night,
Ah, nice.
and he brought up, have you ever seen like the video of an ant on a piece of paper and you draw a circle around him and then the ant like
Think,
gets stuck?
yeah.
And he's talking about like how there's these blocks, these artificial barriers in
Mm.
life, and then the ant eventually gets out and he draws another circle and the ant's stuck again and like going
Yeah.
around the circle. And oh, it really impacted me. Thinking about it like all last night, all today, like all of these artificial barriers and like this stress, that you think about like, oh, you got to do this, and oh, if I don't do this at work, it's gonna have this impact, or
Mm-hmm.
if I don't go to, the gym, I'm gonna be, weaker or unhealthier.
Yeah.
All of this stuff, most of it is artificial. Like
It's
it's a
basically
barrier that
putting pressure on yourself.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's this drawn wall that doesn't exist, and you go through, and then you realize, oh, it's fine.
Yeah. That's
And
pretty cool.
it just like it's it impacted me so much today, and I felt so much less stressed. Like
That's so
throughout the
good.
day, little things were coming up,
Yeah.
mostly like work related, or like, and I went to Frango, skipped the gym, and like just all these small things. This annoying person bumped into me, and I was just like, I just this bloody video of this ant.
Just an ant in a
I'm like,
circle. It's amazing. Yeah, it's
yeah.
awesome.
And I'm like, all of this is just this drawn black line. Why do I care about anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool. I mean, it comes back to also that the diving chick, like she was in investment banking. That was just her barrier. And her fear, boom, another circle. Guess it's about expanding and trying new things. I don't know.
it's
That's
all
part of what
about
I'm thinking.
breaking the circle.
Yeah. Nice. I need
Well,
to
it's
watch
not that that's the thing. It's not even breaking the circle. It's realizing that the
expanding your
circle's not a
circle.
wall.
Yeah.
It's just you can just
You can do
walk right
whatever
through.
you
There is
want.
no wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. It's such a simple
Yeah.
message. Yeah. Nice one.
And then so I went to Newcastle on the weekend. Like Beth's mate from school from when she was younger. He's a footy player, and now he's playing for Newcastle. Anyway, long
As in
story
a
short,
Newcastle Knights
the
or
Union team,
okay, cool.
um, Wildflowers, I think.
All right,
Um,
I'll plug them in.
um, and
Wildflowers isn't the most like the Newcastle Wildflowers.
yeah, no,
Shout out
it's
to
not.
them.
Yeah, but he played in like France before, in
Oh,
like
cool,
the
awesome.
top teams in UK and America and whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, the point was I forgot what we were talking about, but it's talking about different podcasts and different things to read, like about psychedelics and religion and just
Mm.
going down all this education route for someone that isn't a conspiracy,
Yeah.
nut and listens
Yeah.
to podcasts. And then we just got super philosophical, like, and this one question always wigs me out. Well, no. I get in this point where I start thinking about if it's space or time or
Mm.
like things that are really big and involve scale.
Mm.
I malfunction my brain. It happens a lot with space. Like I look at stars and I think about stars and I start thinking about the distance between us and stars, start
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
us in respect to a planet and the solar system, how big it is. And
Oh.
literally I get into that can't sleep mode where I'm thinking about it for like all night and trying to like compare, like do math pretty much and just like think about
Yeah.
this. And it
actually blows
really
your
wigs me
mind.
out.
Like it is mind blowing though. It's unfathomable. You can't comprehend.
It is.
Like
Exactly.
you can't. That's the
Exactly.
problem. Like
And I think I struggle with that. I struggle with not
you can't let it
comprehending.
go. You have to work it out.
I have to try and
Understand.
feel it. You know,
Okay.
what is that scale like? How am I in comparison to how big this is?
Yeah.
And then on the weekend, I had a new one that kind of got me in this loop, was about time. And so if time if time only exists in the current and there's no such thing, and you know actually why this came about, I listened to that Mo
Oh yeah.
uh
Gouda.
yeah, so I was listening to
Did you
that
like
on the
it?
drive up. Really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
loved
It's
it.
good.
And he mentioned this time piece, and he didn't actually go into any of this, but he just talked about time and how, you know, if regret's always in the past and anxiety is always in the future, and
Yeah.
generally you're happy in the present.
Hmm.
And they're talking about why meditation brings you back to the present, because that's
Yeah.
generally when you're happy.
Yeah.
Um, and I was just thinking about time, and if time is always propelling forward, and time and there is no such thing as yesterday, and there's no such thing as tomorrow. There's only
Hmm.
this current point in time, because time is a continuum that's always moving in that trajectory, and
Yeah.
there is no other point in time ever.
Yeah.
Like there is no such thing as history really, because it's just only now.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about like, okay, but what happens when we die? And the concept of time is only in our brain and as we understand time.
Hmm.
And how does time keep moving forward if I cease to exist?
Well, that's
Like,
so deep. Like
and
unbelievably deep.
it started wigging me. And I was like,
Isn't there that
how is this possible?
isn't that Kurt Elling ref?
It's in a Kurt Elling
Yeah.
song, yeah.
Yeah.
And I that particular line never, you know, some of them like, do bees feel vertigo? And where
Yeah.
do birds go off to die? Those ones usually make me think about a lot. But what happens to time, whatever the timeline,
Yeah, I'm trying to
never
find it.
got me
Yeah.
that much. But this time I was like, yeah, again, stuck in this loop, like trying to comprehend it.
Yeah, that's crazy. What's it called? Esperanto, is that the one?
Yeah,
Yeah, great
Esperanto
song.
Live.
Yeah, oh, love Kurt Elling. Let me see if I can get the lyric. Um, da, da, da. If I die, where does time go? Do bees feel
Yeah,
vertigo? Yeah.
If I die, where does time go? Do the bees feel vertigo?
yeah.
Oh, it's
If
just
I die,
die.
where
Where
does
does
time
time
go?
go? Do
And
bees
do
feel
bees feel
ver?
vertigo?
How
Is
old is? Yeah.
oh, how old is old
Oh, old November.
November?
No one
Only
here can
you can
remember.
remember.
That's the line before, but
And
anyway.
then and
If,
then when is
if
the
I die,
die? Where
where
does
does
time go?
time go? Do bees
Do
feel
you feel
vertigo?
vertigo?
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty deep. Like you can open so many doors there. Like as soon as you started talking about, I guess, the space stuff, I probably my young childish brain, I just think about Rick and Morty and all the different galaxies and all that stuff that they go into in Rick and Morty. It's so eye-opening and makes you really think like so many different
Yeah.
concepts. Like
Well, yeah, for me it's like it's the scale. It's hard to convey the words, but I think
as in
about
like
scale.
how big we don't know how big the galaxy or how what's out there. We
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
like I don't know how it's yeah, it's hard to put it in words of what my brain is feeling,
Okay.
but it's like this. So you're looking at a star and you're picturing the distance,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you're comparing it to yourself. And then I start thinking, okay, this star is actually just one star in our measly solar system. Let's think about how far it is to say Jupiter in our solar
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
And like I'm picturing how many versions of me do I
Yeah.
have to build up? And then it just goes boom, boom, boom. And like it's this crazy multiplication process that's
Mm.
unfathomable.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
And the fact that it's always expanding. So I'd never actually get there
Yeah,
until you get
pretty
to dark
terrifying.
matter, I guess.
But yeah, not terrifying. Just you got to almost control yourself as far as how much you think about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It's the dangerous loop.
yeah. Um, I mean, the only anecdote I really have for you is this this weekend I went to a wedding and this band is so good and like just best Stevie Wonder covers, just classic good covers like is it Daryl Hall and Oates, you making my dreams come true,
Mm.
like banger, and then they
Mm.
just whip out I'm a Believer, the Shrek
Oh,
song, and I was
nice.
like, oh,
Yeah, yeah,
this is just a great wedding song to have, and just everyone's
yeah,
loving it, kids, all ages. I just love weddings in general.
yeah.
They're
They're
such a
nice.
great experience.
They are great.
This one, unfortunately, like some of them, you feel real, like the love story,
Mm.
which is just the best. So goosebumpy, almost crying.
Yeah,
Barely know sometimes the people that are getting married, but
yeah.
it's also so great. Just the speeches can be incredible. Like
Speeches are so key. You really need to make sure you've got good speech people at your wedding.
100%. It's like you've got to have a good speaker. Like they had like a duo, the best men, going sort of back and forth. And I was like, it's pretty cool style, pretty funny.
Hmm.
So yeah, they did it well. But like the dad of the bride was just killing it.
Always the
Like
best.
always,
Always the
like
best.
yeah, it's just funny, but like so sweet and like loving. It's great.
Yeah. Dad of the
Yeah,
bride, always the best.
yeah. And then it made me just thought, I always just automatically think about Wedding Crashers and how it's just one of the top comedies of all time. And then that
Mm.
made me think about how we got to meet Vince Vaughn in a back street of Bronte on like the
Yeah.
hottest day, just
Yeah.
randomly when no one was around.
Yeah. That was
And he was
cool.
just yeah, it was awesome. And he was just like the
He
kindest
reached out to
guy.
us.
He did, yeah. We were too scared to
Yeah.
approach him.
Yeah. Because we're like, that's Vince Vaughn. That's Vince
Yeah,
Vaughn,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then he
Must
walked
be.
past. I was like, hey guys.
Come take a photo with me. Come on.
Yeah.
And he's with his mum,
Yeah.
and he's just the nicest guy.
He wasn't with his mum there, was he?
I think he was. Yeah. He was with his
I thought
mum.
he was going to see his mum or something.
I'm pretty
Was she
confident it was his
there?
mum. Yeah, and she
All
took the
right.
photo, and I was like, this is the craziest moment. Like Vince Vaughn and his mother like
Oh,
taking
actually,
photos
yeah, I
with
think I can
us.
remember that.
And he was like, "Come on, mum, mum,
Take
just take
that.
the photo of
Yeah,
us. Come on!" Like,
yeah,
and we were so shy. We were like,
yeah. That was sick.
that was
It's so
awesome.
cool that he's on Curb, like as a
Is he? I
constant
didn't know
character.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was watching him recently on Hot Ones, and he's just also once again the sweetest, nicest guy. Very
yeah.
intellectual as well. Like he's pretty deep.
Mm.
But and he's just so tall. And then it made me think about Dodgeball was like the first movie I ever saw in cinemas, and it was like the best movie I
First movie you
thought.
ever saw in
I'm,
cinema?
I'm pretty confident, like at least that I remember.
No way. You must have seen a movie before Dodgeball.
I must, well, you'd hope so. But
Yeah,
this is what I remember probably going to a movie, without my parents, and it was just so funny and the best.
yeah.
What do you think your first movie you saw, or at least what you
Oh,
remember? Surely you have that memory. Maybe not.
I remember seeing Ice Age.
Nice age, yeah, nice.
Um,
See, Dodgeball
as a
came out in like 2004, when Ice Age might be a similar time.
I remember
2002.
seeing um American Pie, The Wedding, because it was like the first time I saw like boobs
Oh yeah,
and like
nice. That's pretty memorable.
on a, in a cinema,
Yeah,
and that
eyes
was
closed, just
yeah,
um,
that was pretty
ter-
funny.
yeah. August 2003. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Um,
Um, yeah, I guess that's all I've got as far as anecdotes, really, though. But
I had a few other little small points that I wanted to ask.
okay,
What is your
for
favorite?
this proceed.
What is your favorite new clothing item to try for the first time?
For me, I think a good judge, like, I love a nice feeling t-shirt. fresh, clean, like it's just the way it feels. And I always feel like when you wash it, it doesn't normally won't feel the same. But it
Yeah,
also has that new clothing smell, which is quite can be frustrating.
but
That t-shirt comes
sometimes,
to mind.
it's a bit stiff and it just needs time to adjust.
It's true. It's true.
Like I was thinking about it, and it's more because I got this particular new clothing
Yeah.
item, and then as I put them on, I'm like, oh, this is so good. And then I thought every single time this happens, I love it. And that clothing item is socks.
I was
Every
gonna say
time I have a new
socks.
pair of socks, it's like so good.
It feels so nice on your footsies.
Yeah, yeah, so nice.
I
Another
mean,
Costanza when he talks about just buying new socks for every day over the year.
You get those socks?
I don't know.
I think those are my socks.
How are these your socks?
I don't know, but those are my socks. I had a pair just like that with the blue stripe, and now I don't have them anymore.
Oh, yeah.
nice. I mean, my reference would be Mr. Bean Christmas when he puts on brand new Christmas socks and he's so happy. Like
Yeah,
they are
that
great.
is a good one.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. But you'd probably say the top answer would probably be socks.
Yeah. And then
Like,
my other thing was how annoying it's going to be coming to England in December,
oh yeah,
because I just hate having to travel with winter clothes. I mean, taking everything apart else away, the fact that it's summer here, I'm going to
Hmm.
rainy, crappy
that's
UK. But the fact that like one pair of like bigger shoes, boots, like I'll take Timberlands, and like a coat, and that's my suitcase gone.
that is true.
And like if I want to run, I need to take more running stuff, and I need to probably get like thermals or something. I need to take like multiple jumpers.
This is why I think we come back to the too hot or too cold situation. Like, sure, it's fine being too cold when you've got the right clothing, but
Yeah,
this clothing takes up a lot of space, is heavy. It's like
I
it's
don't.
fine to wear generally. It can be sometimes a bit frustrating, but
But it's even wearing it, like you go in a cafe and it's
const
hot and you got to
yeah,
take it all off, and then you're sweating there, and then oh, it's time to go. Okay, just give me 20 minutes while I put bloody everything else on, and walk for 5 minutes to the car, and you're
just
hot
give me
again.
40 minutes. I've just got to get dressed all over again.
Yeah,
Sorry if I'm late because I'm just
yeah,
putting on.
it's so annoying. I don't know what lunatic chooses to travel in December, like in winter. I guess it depends where you are.
But some people love it as far as, I don't know, going skiing and stuff. But once again, you have to
Yeah,
pack so much, I feel. Like I've never been
yeah.
into skiing and
Just
snowboarding.
pick up surfing or skateboarding.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know, like I just feel like you'd hire the stuff. I don't know. But I guess my suggestion would be you just generally wear that bulky stuff, which is also
And how
frustrating.
annoying is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe if you're flying first class and you got space, but when you're like like two obese people sitting next to you on a plane, you can't move, you can't get to the bathroom, you're already sitting like this, like trying to eat like this, and then the person in
I,
front of you seat goes back, and like
I
headbutts you.
hate when you have to eat like this. That's a
The,
huge pet peeve of mine.
the whole travel experience sucks. So then it
Plastic
goes,
knives and forks.
yeah, I know. So then, wear a 10-kilo jacket and sweat the whole time. Like, oh,
Um,
it all sounds terrible.
but you'll have, yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be great. It's all just a mental barrier I've put on. It doesn't
Huge
exist.
circle,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you're just an ant in economy
Yeah.
class.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh. Um,
Um,
I mean, I guess the last thing I'd probably mention to you, speaking of cold, is that I've been really trying to get into cold showers. But once again, I think this always comes down to when it's hot here, it's nice to have a cold shower.
yeah.
Obviously, there's
Yeah.
the benefits of cold showers and doing stuff that's difficult. But I just pretend when I'm in the shower, it just gets me completely jacked. It's just
Yeah.
shredding
No,
fat away. That's my way of dealing with it.
you should get into ice baths if you like them that much.
See, I don't know if I'd like an ice bath.
Have you ever done one?
No.
they you feel unreal.
Yeah.
It's really good. But like yeah, I don't like doing them anymore because then, but this seems other people I've spoken to, no one has the same issue. But I can't regulate my body temperature for the remainder of the day, which I don't
So
like.
you're
I
still
love the
cold.
ice bath and how I feel after it,
Mm.
but then I'm like hot and cold for the rest of the day, and I don't like it. But yeah, no, I'm the same with cold showers. Throughout summer, I only take cold showers, and then it
Mm.
gets winter, and if there's a
You
few times you come
try.
home chilly, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
ah, no, I'm gonna have a hot shower today, and then you're back on the wagon.
See, I just automatically think you're going to get sick. If it's cold out and you have a cold shower and then you're getting out of a cold shower back into the cold, but like
Yeah,
that isn't one of the benefits meant to be like it boosts your immunity and stuff?
yeah, but I think it's gonna be within reason, right? Like
Yeah.
you
Listen,
gotta rug
Wim
up
Wim
after.
Hof Wim Hof is just I don't know. I trust
Yeah,
him. He seems like he
yeah,
knows what he's talking about. He's a great guy.
yeah, but
And I'm
he's
like,
not. He doesn't have share the anatomy of and biology
it's
with
true.
is not the same human as we are.
But maybe he's built up that tolerance, his immunity, and just oh, oh.
Breathe. Do you listen to, do you do Wim Hof breathing?
I mean, I've tried it. Like I tried it very briefly, briefly,
Briefly.
briefly. Yeah, but it seems a bit
Yeah.
scary as well. Like I'm a bit terrified of it, to be honest.
Me and Bess did it for like one winter a few years ago.
Mm.
We went to the ocean pool and we did the Wim Hof breathing and then get
In
in
the
the water in
cold.
winter.
Okay, yeah, 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 yeah.
But like I mean it's probably the water's probably still like 17 degrees. It's not
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's cold, but it's not an ice bath.
yeah.
Um,
Anyway, I'll try an ice bath one day. It seems like everyone does it, and I have
yeah,
definitely noticed the cold showers are really good for your recovery. I feel like soreness and stuff's definitely gone down.
you reckon?
I think so. I mean, look, it's
Have you
always the classic. I mean, training is hard, but I think I am. Like,
the you should a good test would be to change your program to do something that's actually going to get
yeah,
you sore and
yeah.
then compare.
Maybe it's just the joints and stuff are less sore, or at least maybe it's a placebo.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if placebo works, then
Yeah,
let it work.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's like Panadol,
Mm.
the ultimate placebo.
You reckon?
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's, yeah, I don't know. I
Like,
reckon it's not that placebo.
how do we know?
Well, how do you know anything? Like
You don't.
any
You can be
medicine, anything
told
that we get told.
anything. I guess unless
Yeah.
it's literally scientifically backed.
What is science? Science is a
Uh,
hypothesis that hasn't been proven wrong. So, and it's fact until someone proves it wrong, which throughout history we're constantly proving everything wrong. Like everything we know about our body, how our brain works, all this physics, chemistry, everything is just like someone makes it up and says this is it. And until someone can prove it wrong, that's fact.
It's like anyone trying to come up with a new product will be like, this is the greatest thing you can do. It is scientifically proven.
Yeah, you could say that.
You could say that. Sell millions. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, well, I guess that's me.
That's
I got a cheeky dessert date.
oh, nice one. That's exciting. Are you gonna have for dessert? We haven't decided.
I believe we're gonna go for ice cream.
Lovely.
There's
All
like a
right.
new Italian gelato place at the spot. That
Oh,
sounds pretty
nice.
yum.
Trying to remember if I could think what your go-to flavor would be. I know Ness's is mint choc chip. I think what yours would be. I don't know. I don't know if
Well,
you have
it's
a
hard now.
favorite.
There's so many crazy flavors now.
There are a lot of crazy flavors, but like for me, it's always like go to a beer Ferrero share, hazelnutty.
Yeah, I like hazelnutty ones.
Yeah,
But like
that would
at
be my.
Messina, I get super dulce leche a
Oh
lot of the
yeah.
time.
Oh, you're making me
Um,
hungry.
but I like special. I like new things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like
Try.
trying new things.
Yeah, which is fair
So I
enough.
like getting special flavors and things like that.
Mm.
But since going to Italy the other year, I love a lemon sorbet.
Lemon sorbet, okay. I'll have to try one.
But yeah, I usually go for a special if there's a special.
Yeah. See, sorbets for me, I'm like, I love them, but I'd rather just get like a proper creamy gelato.
Most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, well, I guess I'll see you in maybe 2 weeks because I'm off
Oh,
tomorrow
enjoy
on
your
the,
cruise, lad.
yeah, shucks, lad. Get some footage for us,
Yeah,
see how we
nice.
go. But yeah,
Nice.
I feel like I'm
Do the
not,
tour in Roma.
yeah, as in
Do a tour.
like a history tour.
Yeah, or like a
Okay.
walking tour. A lot of the
Yeah,
walking
yeah.
tours are free.
Okay.
But it's so much better being explained history than just looking at this stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Nice one. I'll do that. But yeah, like I'm not G'd at this point, but I think for me, always on holidays, like I get G'd when I'm on there. I don't know, like you're actually leaving.
Uh,
This is like
I
maybe
get pretty G'd.
a G when I book it. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be so awesome, blah, blah, blah. But like a week before, I'm like, oh, yeah. I guess you're so in your circle worrying about what to pack or
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
new socks or,
yeah,
all these different things you have to stress about how big
yeah,
space is. Like,
yeah. Where does time go when you die?
do bees feel vertigo?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. But yeah, shucks a day to mate. What do
Shucks,
you got
mate.
on for the next 2 weeks? Anything exciting or planned? Any
Um,
trips?
no trips.
Yeah,
Few lunches booked in, few dinners booked in.
always good.
A lot of work, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But don't need to
such is
talk
life.
about
No, 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 no.
that. No. Yeah, yeah. Might head down to the coast, but probably not in. Probably maybe in 3 weeks.
Awesome, nice. And speaking of the code, my last question is my final question. So Dan's gonna move back to
Sunny coast.
Bath. Sad, but exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a good time.
yeah,
Good time, but necessary step in their life.
yeah. So they made that
Um,
decision. I mean, I
mm,
can say like he's a steady coast boy. It makes sense. I guess I was more like,
yeah,
yeah. But I'm sure they've both come to that decision. Have they like found a
yeah,
place
yeah.
or anything, or what's
No, they're gonna stay with his folks for a bit and then they start looking for a place.
nice?
But I mean,
That's
like if all your family and friends are there, then you can work remotely. Why would you spend money living in
well,
somewhere so crowded for something so small?
expensive. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, makes sense. That's
uh,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I've always been like, well, could I live on the sunny coast? I guess.
Well, I really rated Newcastle this weekend. It's really
I
changed.
keep
Like,
hearing so many good things about Newcastle. I don't know.
yeah, it's gone.
Yeah,
Um,
like
and
Willie's photos
Wollongong,
of it look.
love
Yeah,
Wollongong.
yeah.
Uh,
Plenty of places to be in good old New
plenty.
South Wales.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All
All
right.
right, mate. Well, enjoy. I'll chat to you while you're there. Boom,
Boom. Oh, you disappeared. That's gone.
boom, boom,
Boom.
boom, boom,
Boom.
boom,
Boom.
double boom,
Boom.
double boom, butterfly boom.
Boom.